This is exciting. Thanks
Okay.
for joining us. Thanks for being here with us, for connecting in, for giving up some of your time on a Thursday. We know that you're all busy bees and we value your time. So we're gonna get right to it.
Okay, we are officially live on Facebook. Woo! Welcome everybody.
Woo, woo, woo. Okay, so tonight is all about money, which isn't always everyone's favorite conversation. It's my favorite conversation, but not for everybody. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to dive right into this chat for tonight. So let's get to it.
Woo!
Amazing. Okay, so again, just a little bit of an introduction. If you are new to us and who we are, I'm Allie, this is Carly, and we're the Ambition Babes. So we have been in business together for a year with Ambition Babes. It's been incredible. And we built this business all around leadership because we really feel that everyone truly is a leader in their own way, and that there isn't one definition of leadership and then we feel like we don't fit that box. So oftentimes people don't even see themselves as a leader, and we're here to tell you that you are a leader, and we have the tools and resources to help you uncover that part of yourself. So we developed Ambition Babes as a vehicle to help women build self-confidence, overcome their limiting beliefs, because we all got them, and start to highlight their individual strengths. Sometimes we don't even really realize the power and our giftedness that we have until someone else kind of uncovers that part of us. So this is a really cool aspect of our business that we'd love to be able to share with other people. And building leadership excellence is what we do. Empowering women in their belief to make an impact is who we are, because you are all impactful babes, let me tell you. So we do this, and we built our entire business all around the 4 quadrants of greatness. So those quadrants for us, and what we've built as the foundation of things, is health, mindset, relationships, and business. And being a leader in all capacities really makes you a very balanced, leveled out person. We don't want to just focus on all mindset, or just health. We find that when you can weave all of these foundations throughout your life, that's what really sets you up for the highest levels of success. So we recognize that for Carly and myself when we felt the most successful, the most high vibe, the most living in our truest potential. And we reflected, what was that? What made us feel like, yes, I am winning in life right now? And it was when all 4 of those quadrants were fully balanced. And so within our courses, what we develop within Ambition Babes, those are the areas that we like to focus on, because that's how you'll truly, fully lead to your full capacity in life, is when you really acknowledge those areas. So it's important to build those strengths. And we tend to find that if we're only focusing on one thing or the other, we tend to feel a little bit out of balance. So that's just a little bit of premise about who Carly and I are, what Ambition Babes is about, and what our mission is as a company.
Awesome. Okay, guys. So what to expect from tonight's call? We are super excited to be here with you all. And we are going to be diving into your current relationship with money and what that looks like, and how it could be holding you back in your life and as a leader. We're going to help you to reframe some of your money practices to create more abundance in your life, because who doesn't want more money? Put in the chat if you want more money. Everybody wants more money. Okay. So it's time to start leading in your finances. And that's what we're going to go over. We're going to help you to understand how capable you are as a leader. Oh, we went forward. There we go. How capable you are as a leader to make an impact and live an extraordinary life, because you guys, you are all deserving of an amazing life. And if we can help just one little bit, that would be so amazing. So we're also going to dive into our course breakdown. Some of you guys were here for yesterday and got to hear our course breakdown. And we also went through helping you build confidence and overcoming some limiting beliefs. And so tonight, again, it's all about money. And then again, we'll be finishing off with those course breakdown. And tonight is the last night of our mega bonus that we're giving out. So stick around to the end if you're just joining us for today. And we are also going to have 2 amazing past graduates of our Ambition Babe Academy to share their experience and takeaway from our previous round in the fall. So that's really exciting. And then keep any of your questions that you have for the end. We're going to be answering all of those. So you can go ahead. There's a little chat button. You can feel free to chat. There's also a little Q&A box that you can drop any questions in. And we cannot wait to dive into all of this with you guys.
Amazing. Okay, so Carly kind of pre-framed this, but let's talk money, guys. So just literally the conversation of thinking like, oh my God, we're going to talk about money tonight. Did that make you feel really good and pumped, or like, I'm kind of nervous? Maybe I don't really want to talk about money. Because for a lot of people, depending on your background, how you were raised, you know, the way that your parents spoke about money, a big component of your money mindset is passed down to you from your family. And yesterday, Carly and I did a call and we based it around confidence and limiting beliefs. Money, for a lot of people, is a limiting belief. They don't feel worthy of money, that they feel like they'll never achieve the money that they want to achieve, that they're not good enough to have money. There's a lot of different blocks and limits that come up really strictly around money. And that can really put a ceiling on your potential to really grow and earn and level up in life. Because to be a true leader, you also need to lead in your finances. It's a big component of leadership as well. That's within the business category. That's money. So financial wellness. This is a large component of our overall wellness, of living a life of happiness and abundance. Just as we aim to lead effectively in other areas of our life, we also want to commit to leading in our wealth creation. So we need to start assessing, what is our relationship with money? So how would you right now consider your relationship with money? Are we living in abundance, where it's like, there's plenty enough out there for me, there is more than enough? That's abundance. There is more than enough money. Scarcity mindset, and this is, I would say, where probably 80% of the population probably lies in this, is I'll never have enough. I don't want to spend it. If I spend money, it'll never come back to me. It's kind of like you're like gripping onto it, like I can't let it go because this is all I've got, versus recognizing that money is just energy and it's always in motion. Something I love to reflect on is the gift of our life, the fact that we're here, the fact that we're alive, the fact that we're living, breathing on this earth today, living in this moment on this call. This is your only time that you are alive. Time does not regenerate. Once a moment passes, it is gone. I will never get back this time. Money does. So time does not regenerate, money does. Money will rejuvenate. Money is cyclical, it is an energy, and it continues to flow. So we really want you to consider, how am I spending my time, and how am I also spending my money? Am I moving the needle forward in my life with how I'm putting energy and money out into the world? Am I holding it so tightly that I'm not even really living this one life that I want to live because I'm so scared that it's all going to be gone and I'm going to lose it all? That's a big thing for a lot of people. And we live with these regrets of like, I can't do that. I can't spend this. I can't go there. I can't do this, because we feel like money's not our friend. Like, it's like, once it's gone, it's never going to come back. But money loves momentum. If you watched our call last night, you know that we've got a discount code coming at you, and it's for action takers, because action equals momentum. And money follows momentum. The people that have speed, the people that say yes, the leaders that make decisions, decision makers, money is coming for you. That's a beautiful, beautiful gift. So it's really never in a scarcity unless you really choose to view it in that light. So we actually put out some quotes around money, and let us know if you've got any others to add to this. But these are things that people have probably heard in the past that have made us fearful of money. Money doesn't grow on trees. Did anyone's parents ever tell them that? Like, Mom, I want those new sneakers. Well, money doesn't grow on trees. It does. touch.
Totally.
It's rude to talk about your finances. This is something that was ingrained into me with my mom. My mom is so private about money, and I'm not. I'm like, woo, abundance. Yes, I love money. Yes. And she's like, Allie, like, you shouldn't talk to people about your money. I'm like, why? Money is my friend. I wouldn't not talk to people about Carly. She's my friend. She's great. Money is my friend, and money is great. And I should be allowed to openly discuss and feel comfortable talking about money. It's not something that I can only whisper to somebody about. I'm had a really great day in business. I should feel proud. I should want to own that. I should feel good about money. And more money, more problems. No, your problems will follow you whether you have $1 or whether you have $10,000. It's not money that creates the problem. It's that the problem existed in either capacity. So these are some like little colloquial sayings, but it's true, and they're passed down to us. So then that then starts to become our thinking. We then adopt that mindset and go, oh, that's me. I don't want to talk about my finances. That's private. Money's going to leave me. There's not enough for me. This is a thing that happens for people all the time. So we've developed a negative view of money. Therefore, if we think there's not enough that's going to come to us. That will also affect your attraction to it. You're putting up a block, literally, for money, because you think, I don't have enough, I'm not giving enough, I've got to keep it all to myself. Money doesn't then feel open to be able to flow to you. And this is true, money is an energy. So because it's an energy, it's able to flow freely in an environment that's positive, that's well receiving of it. Money wants to come into you. So really start to assess, how am I blocking it away from me? What am I holding in my mindset about money and my belief about myself that's limiting me and stopping me from really making money? Because money is a beautiful thing. You can do a lot with money. And it's a wonderful, wonderful gift. And the more that we can start to embrace that, and I'm going to give you one example before I stop my spouting off here. I actually listened to, and Carly will share her experience. We love Manifestation Babe. We are big fans of Catherine. If you haven't checked her out, she's amazing. And she talks a lot about wealth creation and money manifestation. Carly actually took a course from her about money. I listened to a podcast, and she was talking about the energy of money and really starting to think of like the appreciation behind money and how we all bitch and complain about spending money. Like we go get groceries, we're like, oh my God, those crackers are $6.59. That pepper is $2.99. I flipped my thinking. Now I go to the grocery store and I pick up that beautiful orange bell pepper and I'm like, $2.99? Okay, yes, wow. Someone had to go to a farm, build a farm, maintain a farm, plant the seed, water the seed, fertilize it. Someone had to pick it, wash it off for me, put it on a truck, drive it to me in Kelowna, unload it at the grocery store. Then they had to put it on that tray, and then I had to pick it up, and then someone had to ring me through. And that pepper only cost me $2.99.
And don't forget they had to put the sticker on.
Boom.
Every single one of them.
And so I have started to look at it, and then also that person that is ringing me through has a job because I came to that grocery store to buy that pepper. That farmer has a job, that truck driver has a job, that dock loader has a job. For that $2.49 that I'm spending on a pepper, look at the energy that's going out that I get to create. When I go to a restaurant, I leave someone a really good tip. Because then what does that server get to do? Holy shit, oh my God, I'm gonna treat my kids tonight. And then she goes and spends her money at the movie theater, and then that person now continues to have a job. And you see how it's a flow of money? Money will always come back to you. But if we're stuck in this state of I can't spend it and I can't ever part ways with it, it will never come to you. It's understanding the energy relation of money and appreciating that every time you get to pull out your debit card, thank you, money. Thank you. I'm so thankful I have a job, or I'm so thankful I have money in my bank account. I'm thankful there's someone at Tim Hortons ringing me through for my coffee. I'm thankful for these beans. I'm thankful for the money that I have. Not living in the I don't have enough, but I have enough and more will come to me. So this is a lot about mindset, which is again a core foundation of Ambition Babes, but it also aligns with business, because if you want to be successful in business, there's going to be some fluidity around your money spending and money earning. That's how people grow. We invest in ourselves. That's how Carly and I have grown. We've had to spend money to get better at the things that we do, to gain mentorship, to gain coaching, to go to events, to take courses, to continue to level up. And if we both chose to never spend a dime and we'll figure it out on our own and we won't invest in anything, we wouldn't be in the position that we are today. That's hands down the truth. So really starting to assess, what is my relationship with money? How have I been treating it? I'll let Carly take over here now.
Yes, totally. And I wanted to touch on one more thing about money and our mindset around it, because, you know, our ego will try and block us from things that we want in life, right? And so if we're constantly being afraid of money and telling ourselves that we're not good enough, like that's our ego coming down to protect us. That's what it thinks it's doing, but actually it's blocking us. It thinks that it's protecting you from a potential risk, or that you might connect with other people and step outside your comfort zone. Your ego, like we dive a lot into ego in the work that we do, and the ego is just so concerned with keeping you on a tight leash, because when you're on a tight leash, you're not going to be reaching for your dreams. You're not going to be taking risks. You're not going to be stepping outside your comfort zone, potentially, you know, making yourself look silly. Yeah, our goal is to do scary things all the time and take messy action. And our ego doesn't often like that. And so when it comes down to money, that's like the biggest thing. The ego is like, oh, got good raps on it. And before taking a course with Catherine Zinkina for Manifestation Babe, even though I had generated multiple six figures in the online space, I was constantly fearful that money was going to leave me. I was so afraid of being too successful. And that's crazy, honestly, if you think about it. I was just, even though I'd had more money than I'd ever had before, I was so afraid of it. And when I took that course with Catherine, so much opened up for me. And a lot of actually what we work with in our course and what we produce for content with Ambition Babes. I'm so thankful to Manifestation Babe for enlightening me on so many different concepts around manifestation and money. And so, yeah, one of the things that she shared is this idea that money is your best friend. And it was actually really cool. I won a trip to meet Catherine down in LA and hang out with her. And like, it was just like, it was so cool. And my money manifestation has changed like so much. Like I definitely am still a conservative gal at heart. I feel like that's more of a thrifty thing. I like enjoy getting stuff from the dollar store. Like when people are like, hey, where'd you get that? I'm like, from Walmart for $5. Like, I'm like, yeah. I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, I got these $300 jeans. It's just not me. But my mindset around money has drastically changed because I've put in the effort to change it. It was a concerted effort that I had to make in reframing those negative beliefs. Like last night, we were talking about reframing our limiting beliefs, and so many of us have one around money. So, anyways, she talks about this idea about money being your best friend, and it's so cool because when I started to think about how my relationship is with money, it was not my best friend. I was being a pretty crappy friend. And what you want to ask yourself is your interaction with money, are you giving it the same love and attention that you would a best friend? Do you check in on it regularly? Do you show it gratitude? Do you take care of it? Do you respect it? Or were you like me, constantly worrying about it leaving you? Like, what if Allie came, she's my friend, my little bestie. And what if I was like, every time she came, like, okay, come and hang out with me, but like, don't leave. And if you leave, I'm going to be really freaking upset. And like, I don't even know what to do right now. Can you imagine if I was like that with her? She'd be like, girlfriend, I'm leaving right now. Like, bye. So when you are so like, you've built up a wall with money, that energy, like Allie was talking about, it makes a huge difference. And at the end of the day, all of this stuff is based around quantum physics. It is science. That's what I love about so much of this is like, I have a pretty logical brain, and yet I love manifestation. I live and breathe law of attraction, gratitude practice, all of those things. But I think I love it so much because one, I've seen tons of proof And I love sharing stories and hearing stories of manifesting because it just solidifies how much it is based around science and how real it is. And it's just happening for all these different people. It makes me believe it even more. But the fact that, yeah, it's based around science, my logical brain picks it up and I'm like, yes, okay, I can do this. So when we're talking about this, have an open mind because it's real. And if you start changing the smallest little things, you'd be so surprised the difference that it can make. And I am proof of this because I sat down and I thought about how I treat money. Do I, like, if you're never looking at your bank account and you're never checking in on, who's taking advantage of your money? Is there a certain cost that's coming up every month that you're not even aware of and it's just like totally taking advantage of your money? You got to protect your money in a good way. You're not like being weird about it, right? You're protecting it. You're checking in. You're like, hey, what's going on? Have a money date. That's literally what I was told to do when I took the course with Catherine is have a money date. Once a week, sit down and look at your bank account. What's coming in? What's coming out? Be grateful for everything that you're spending and be grateful for every dollar that you're getting. But if you're too afraid to look at it because you're like, oh my God, I only have $50 in there. Like, I don't get paid until next Friday. What the hell am I going to do? Instead, go in there and be like, it sounds really funny, but have a money date and sit there and say, $50. Like, I'm so grateful for you. Do you know all the things I can buy with $50? Imagine if I had $0. I'm $50 ahead from that. Right? And if you're not treating your money like it's your BFF, you need to start changing that now, reframing that mindset around your relationship with money. Because when you prioritize your relationship with money, you'll definitely see a shift in your mindset and your attraction with money. You will see a change in your freedom, your security, your leadership, joy, achievement, just like a real friendship. So it's time that you start looking at it and taking this seriously because these simple changes can make such a difference. And so we're going to go over a couple of examples on some things that you can do. This first one I love. It was the first thing I did and it was so simple. I don't know, like, let us know in the comments if your purse or your wallet is chocked full of credit cards and receipts and coupons and perfume and chapstick and everything else, because my purse was like Mary Poppins and my wallet was like gonna burst at the seams. So the first thing I did, because my wallet was actually bursting at the seams, I went and got a new one and I took out all the credit cards that were distracting me and all of the, the little cards you get at the grocery store and here and there. You got cards for everything. You don't need all of those cards taking up that space, taking up that energy. And now every time I have cash, I like to carry cash on me now. I put the biggest bills at the very beginning of my wallet. So then I can look at it and, just like give gratitude like I would my friend, like, hey girl, looking good. Yeah. What are we going to do today? How are we going to have a great time today? What are we going to buy that's going to fuel our lives and move our dial forward? It sounds like something that you could easily implement into your life, right? And so, yeah, cleaning out your purse, cleaning out your wallet, getting rid of all the crap, just the necessities, okay? Another thing is incorporating I am money affirmations. Who uses affirmations? Are you using money affirmations? It's such a great thing to start implementing, and it really helps your brain, start to reprogram itself. Because again, that really archaic part of our brain that's been around for so long, we need to start reprogramming it because all of those, more money, more problems, takes money to earn money, all of those different things that we've been told as a child, that stays with us and we need to start reprogramming it. So, some examples of some money affirmations are, one of the things, it's kind of like a money affirmation, but it's more related to success. But in my mind, success and money, it all kind of comes together. And one thing that I say literally throughout the day, whenever I see a triple number, which is constantly, I see angel numbers all the time, 111, 333, anything, I stop and it forces me to kind of take a moment and of having reflection, bringing my awareness into me. And I say, things are always working out for me. I'm on the right path. My success is inevitable. And that is something that I say throughout the day. And I truly believe it. And I will sometimes be brought to tears with my gratitude on how thankful I am around the fact that I'm on the right path. My success is inevitable. I'm getting more and more money in my bank account every day. You know, simple little I am affirmations to start attracting that energy inwards can make a big difference. So try those out. Also, gratitude, I just kind of mentioned it. Ali mentioned it as well. When you start showing gratitude and love for your money like you would a friend, that's what we want you to think about. Every time you think of your money, how are you treating it? Should be like a friend, right? You don't want a whole bunch of garbage and trash around your friend. You wouldn't invite your friend over to a house that was really gross and like all the junk was around. No, you'd clean it up for your friend. So clean up your purse for your friend. You'd be grateful for your friend. You talk nicely and have positive affirmations about your friend, right? You see how this is is this making sense, right? Another one is be generous. Anytime there is any kind of like, donate $1 here, donate $4 here, like whatever it is, at any time you have the opportunity, be generous. And it doesn't even have to be your money, but it can be your time, because time is money, right? And if you can give to others, take that extra moment or that extra dollar, whenever there's an opportunity to give, take it. Because it is not only going to serve you, but way more importantly, it is going to have such an impact on the people that you're connecting with and helping. It's going to have a ripple effect. Maybe that cashier that you gave that extra money to, maybe when then end of the day when she goes, to buy her groceries for the end of her shift, maybe she'll donate more. Or you give someone a really big tip that you maybe wouldn't have thought of. I love doing that, where you like over tip someone. They've had great service and they're just so thankful. Bet you any money they end up having some sort of amazing connection or experience after that night. Maybe they donate to someone else, or maybe they just go home and they're so grateful for their kids, or they go and they're able to do something that they weren't able to do. You were a part of that. And the universe will give that back to you. It's the law of attraction. It will come back. That energy circles. And I just love it. Like, we could talk about manifestation and law of attraction forever. And then another thing is make high vibe purchases. So when you're going to go, say, grocery shopping, maybe you don't often buy the organic, or you don't buy something that you would normally, maybe it's a really nice coffee and it just makes you feel good, then do it. Or it's a computer. You know that computer is going to help you out in your business, or whatever it is, you really want to get into editing or whatever. Buy that computer. That's a high vibe computer, and that's going to give you that great energy. We're going to be talking about our course. That's high vibe, I'll tell you what. All of those things, when you're making those kinds of purchases for yourself, take a second and just think how it makes you feel. When you're buying, maybe a donut that you're going to feel guilty and shitty about, that's probably not a high vibe purchase. But on the other hand, maybe you're buying a donut and you're like, I'm freaking stoked. This is a new flavor. I'm going to get it. I haven't had a donut in a while. I deserve this. Woohoo. That's a high vibe purchase. Who freaking cares? It's not what you're spending it on. It's how you feel about the purchase. And if you're excited about something, then do it. Now, some things can make you nervous because your ego will try and come in and block you, and you'll be feeling a bit nervous. But I want you to take a look. And is that you talking? Is that you being excited? Or is that your limiting belief trying to block you and make you nervous so you don't make that high vibe purchase? Whatever that may be. So ask yourself, when you're making these kinds of decisions, who's stepping forward? Is it you and your best friend going in to have a wicked time together? Or is it your ego putting the block on things?
Love it. I'll give you guys another example here, just specifically right to Carly and myself, when we made a big investment into ourselves a year and a half ago now, it would have been. And we invested in mentorship. We needed like a coach. We needed someone to level us up. We kind of felt like we were hitting a plateau in business, life, or like we just wanted to grow a little bit more. And that happens to us. We all plateau. There's not a single person that is a successful being that ever stops growing. Every single person out there either has a coach or a mentor, or they're investing in courses, events. They want to grow. They want to level up. They want to. I want to keep evolving. However, when presented with the opportunity to level up and grow, both Carly and I were like, ooh, that's a lot of money. That's the first thing that comes up and you're like, shit, okay, like, do we want to spend it? Is it worth it? Are we going to get, like, you're just always like, are we going to get something back? And we looked at the situation and we both said, you know what, we want to grow and we want to elevate our lives, and I'm ready to be pushed. I'm ready to have accountability. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to grow. And we said yes. And we said yes within, I think, a day or two, we made the decision, and it was amazing. And literally, I would say like the trajectory of our lives significantly changed. From that, we were able to make a clear vision for Ambition Babes. We built a company in 3 months. We hosted our first live event and we built a course. Like, it was all literally from that one catalyst moment of saying, yes, yes, I'm going to invest in myself. Yes, I'm going to spend that money on someone else because I don't have enough of my tools and resources to fully level up. I've maxed out on me. I've read the books, I've done the stuff, but I've maxed out on my capacity to continue to grow. I need to invest in others in order for me to continue to level up. So even just getting comfortable with spending money, like Carly said, with high vibeness, but it's looking at it as like, is this going to level me up? Am I growing? Am I moving the needle forward? That's important to reflect on. And I think just looking at our lives in this past year, I'm like, it's so easy for me now to say yes, because the proof is in the pudding, where it's like, oh my God, like this works. And even for our course, like from this last round, you'll hear from a couple students, but even seeing what they've created now from taking that and them leveling up, I'm like, whoa, look at your new group, look at your new business, look at you go. Like, I'm like, yes. And it's just so cool when you start to really get fluid with your money and not feeling so nervous to just hold it all in, because that's your ego. Your ego wants to keep you exactly where you've always been. And if you want to grow and you want to level up, you've got to get comfortable, not with just spending frivolously, but spending consciously in a way that it's like, this is moving me ahead. This is an investment into me, into my life, into my family, into my business, in whatever capacity that might look like. Do it, like, for real. It is worth it.
Totally. I love that. And I wanted to make one quick note. So the first time when Ali and I were presented with this mentorship idea, it was definitely far outside. And I'm again, remember the frugal lady. So I was like, oh Lord, like this is scary. But then as soon as I finished it, like a month later is when I signed up for Manifestation Babes course. And I was like, Ali, should I do this? I phoned her. I'm like, should I do this? I just feel like I just spent money, but you know what? I'm just feeling so good about things. Like, I need to do this. She's like, yes, do it, do it. I did it. And I shit you not, you guys, a week later, I get this random freaking mail from my like retirement. I'm like, I'm not even like, I'm still technically at that point, I was like on mat leave still. And so it didn't even make sense that I was getting this retirement check for, I'm not kidding you, the exact same amount of money. Like, it was like $2,000 that I spent to get into that course. So the world, it rewarded me for saying yes right after I had done this massive growth in a mentorship program. And then boom, I say yes to another opportunity, and boom, $2,000 comes into my life out of nowhere from a retirement fund, and I'm under 30. I'm like, what? This is crazy. It was like the universe saying, good job. You're not usually like this, and we're going to reward you because you took a huge risk. Good job. So I just wanted to share that, because I was like way outside of my comfort zone. I'm like, I just invested money. What am I thinking? Doing this again. Ali's like, you need to. This opportunity, she only launches it a couple times. You know, you need to do this. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And
and boom, you won a VIP trip to actually meet Catherine in person.
True. Yeah, that's another thing.
What an amazing connection. Like, just even by saying yes, that led you to yes, that like, and I can look at our yeses where it led us to our connections that we build into different opportunities. And it's all because we're saying yes to things instead of no, and living in abundance versus scarcity, and recognizing that money will rejuvenate, you guys. I cannot express that enough, but time does not. And if you're spending your time holding all of your resources so close to you that you feel like you're not even living, really take a reflection on that. Do some of these exercises. Start skipping down those grocery aisles and be thankful when you pick up that box of crackers, and think of all the things that it took to get it to that place in your city because it's truly mind-boggling when I really think about, I'm like, you know what? I want to complain that my crackers are $6, but I can't. Because how is it only $6? How is it only $6? They mass produced all these crackers, grew the grain, the farmer had to get it, then they had to make it into a cracker, make it a box, put it on the shelf. I'm like, how is it only $6? I'm like, thank you. Thank you that I have the money to pay for that. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amazing. And it's just this really beautiful, energetic space to live in when you're like, yes, I feel like I'm winning. So that's money.
Totally. There's a great affirmation that I like to use every time I spend something. And it's a great habit to get into is every time you spend something, you say, there's more money where that came from. And you just know it, right? You visually picture the money going into that cashier's hand, into the thing, out into the world, like circling around and coming back to you, right?
And you know what? Maybe you paying that cashier means that cashier goes home and she logs in online and she's like, I want to get healthy. Now I'm going to join a Beachbody program. And then you're that person that then is that cashier's Beachbody coach. Because now she still has a job that paid for this, that paid for that, that paid for you. Then you paid more money. So now you go back to spend. And then you see how it continues to cycle? That's how money is energy. And that's a beautiful gift about money. So just to start to reframe your mindset around money, to look at it in a different way, to connect with it in a different way, I think it's a beautiful, beautiful thing that you can do to continue to grow prosperity in your life. Let's move on.
Amazing.
Okay, so let's level up. Let's get into the course details. Thank you guys for staying on with us. We'd love and appreciate you. So we want to talk about our course, which is Level Up Your Leadership. We're in our launch phase right now. And this is a big thing too, is investing into courses, events, mentorship, coaching, anything that you feel like you're like, I'm ready. I want to grow. I want to level up. Carly and I invest in ourselves constantly. We're never the best version of ourselves. We are always evolving and growing because we always want to level up. So when it comes to investing money, it will either be a no-brainer, like, yes, sign me up, or it's going to feel like a departure from your normal self. You're like, I'm not sure. It's going to feel one of two ways. But when you invest in yourself, you're proving to yourself that you're serious about living an abundant life, that you want to have limitless potential. Anything becomes possible when you really invest in yourself. You become your own ATM. Let me tell you what, this is your best investment. Chris Harder, I love him to death. I love his podcast. He said the number one investment you should ever make is yourself, because you will pay you all day long. The more skilled you become, the more knowledgeable you become, the more assets that you become to yourself, you are your own asset. How much money do you invest into yourself right now? How are you leveling up yourself? And think about where you spend your money. Is it $100 on the weekend at Cactus Club? Is it, oh, we go to the movies, oh, we do this? How is that moving the needle forward? If you combined all of that money, could I have bought a course for myself? Could I have gone to an event for myself? That's when starting to have a money date, reassessing, where's my money going? We want you guys to become confident leaders in your life, in your business, in your finances. We want that for you guys. And we have those tools to show you how to really step in and step up, becoming more confident. Maybe it's even if you run a business and you're terrified to even do your first go live. Imagine sitting here hosting a webinar. That's completely possible for you. It's building that confidence. Improving your communication. How do you communicate with others? We communicate all day long. Text messages, emails, nonverbal, verbal, on the phone. We're always in communication. That's not just in business. You are communicating with your partner, with your children, friends, family. You're always in communication with others, and we can all improve on our communication. We also want to build and establish deeper connections. We want to feel connected. That is something that everybody craves, is a sense of belonging. Like you have your girl gang, your tribe, your support, your vibe attracts your tribe. Then you feel like it's like, yes, I feel blessed that I can even have a handful of friends that I can count on, that I'm like, you're my people. That's a really big gift. And to feel supported in whatever industry you might be trying to evolve into, especially in business. You want to feel supported and you want to feel like you belong. Limiting beliefs. It's a big topic that we talked about yesterday with confidence and with limiting beliefs. breaking through those barriers, say enough with what I've been thinking, enough with past beliefs. I am done with that. I want to grow. I want to break past that. We're here for you. And then developing a vision for your life. That's vision casting, looking out into your future is one of the most beautiful things. I can't even tell you. It's like this dreamy, amazing state that you get to enter into, and you get to picture your whole life and you get to visualize it to a T. Carly does the most amazing exercise. It's so cool. It's one of my favorite things. I've done it multiple times, and every time it becomes crisper, clearer. I get so much emotion connected to it, and it's such a wonderful experience to step through. So this is really about stepping into your greatness and into your authenticity to really be the leader that you're meant to be, not what you might think society has put into a box of what a leader is. It's what you want to define as leadership. So it's time to level up.
Awesome. Okay, so with our course, it's a 6-week interactive transformational course, you guys. This is not something that's just recorded and you're just watching. You actually are connecting with us every single week directly. So you can ask questions, you can brainstorm, you can get stuff off of your chest. We had some major breakthroughs in our last round, and it was so inspiring to see these women open up after years of pain. It was deep. It was really exciting to see the transformations that they were making. So it's starting February 15th. So you still got some time to gear up for it, right? And every single week you are, like I said, we're going to have it's about a 90-minute Zoom with us directly. We're going to be going through the course content, presenting it live, as well as you'll get a work booklet to work through. So if you're a visual learner, you can pop on with us live, but you also, if you like learning through reading, then we've really summarized it. We've tried to think of all the things, if we were students, what we would want. And in the questions that we developed, we thought so long and hard, you guys, about developing these questions to make sure that we could get you guys to dig deep so that you could actually start thinking about how you're operating, how you're connecting with others, how you want to change your life, and then allowing you to implement different steps to actually see some change in your life. Like the transformations that happened, these women were taking action. And that's what we love, because success is really dependent on the speed of implementation. And these gals, the ones that were participating, it was so cool to see them. And we're going to talk with 2 of them later in a couple of minutes. We also provide every single week a new meditation that I record every single week, so you can listen to it daily. It goes along with the course materials, and it's just so fun to record. I love them. And so that's an extra little bonus you get. You also get a leadership hypnotherapy session, which is super cool. Stay tuned for more of that because we want to offer a bunch more of that kind of thing. And then, of course, you get the connection and accountability with fellow leaders in the group and with us. Our group was so lively. We had people connecting in there every single day and supporting each other and reaching out. It was just so amazing to see. Also, we have bonus materials that we release every single week to really help solidify that. So it really depends, we'll give you a timeline on how much time you're going to be spending on the course, but really you are the one that decides how much effort you're going to put into this, how much you're going to get out. We provide the value. We over deliver the value 100%. So yeah, and the cool thing is you're going to get lifetime access to our Ambition Babe Academy. So any improvements that we made, even from the last course, we've added a few more things in and tweaked a few other things, right? You're going to get lifetime access to any of the newest material, which is really awesome. So going into our 6-week framework, we're just going to read these off to give you an idea of which modules you're going to be going through, when, to kind of show you the path in which you're going to be able to transform your life. Honestly, we truly believe that that's what this course is going to do for you. So in module 1, we're setting up the foundation for overall success. You got to have the foundation in order to get started, right? Just like building a house, you got to start somewhere, right? Creating self-awareness of your unique strengths and limitations, and how your personality type drives you and how you show up every day. Like, we've included different assessments and little things that we've never released anywhere else. And when the people in our course took these, they were just like blown away. They didn't crystal clear, have a picture of how they actually operated, who they were. And it was so neat, really diving deep into this, even for Ali and I. And understanding the importance of health and wellness, because we super, super support that, and developing daily habits for success. Module 2 is understanding beliefs and building confidence, kind of a little scratch of the surface what we were talking about last night. Discovering how your past beliefs have shaped who you are today, the current beliefs you hold, and the self-worth you possess. Because so many of us don't believe that we're good enough, that we don't love ourselves. It's time to change that. And as well, you'll be gaining a better understanding of how you operate socially. This was a fun one. And how to leverage your unique characteristics. Because if you're weird and quirky, it's time to stop hiding that and trying to be someone else and comparing yourself to other people. It's about time you stepped into your gifts and you worked around your limitations, overcame them, and embraced what makes you amazing and special. And for module 3, identifying core values and creating more productivity, finding out what drives you and fuels your energy and what drains your energy, most importantly. Learning how to prioritize your life, relationships, and business in a manner that actually works for you, allowing you to accomplish more by doing less while still staying true to what matters most. This is huge, especially for a lot of us busy moms. Accomplishing more by doing yet less? Sign me up, seriously.
Amen.
You sold me already on the first read. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Okay, so diving into module 4, here we are building connections and attracting your tribe. So as I mentioned before, that feeling of belonging, of who are my people, this is really going to help you identify where do I feel like I fit and who do I feel like I fit with. So a better understanding of who you want to form relationships with and how you will create culture and belonging. So as a leader, this is a skill that you'll acquire in terms of how do I want to show up for others, because then they're going to mirror back how they show up for me. Getting clear on your mission and who you want to serve, because trust me, we cannot serve everyone, but you definitely can serve those right people that you're intended for, your niche audience. They're waiting for you. Understand how you operate in order to build and cultivate deeper connections in order to foster long-term team building within your life, family, and business. So this course isn't just applicable like, oh, well, I don't have a business or I don't have something going on. No, you could be a mom, you could be an employee. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. You can lead in so many different capacities. In our 5th week, so we're going to start getting real juicy about your future. So we're crafting your vivid vision, mapping out your future, and we're working towards achieving your best self, discovering in detail what you really want out of life by reverse engineering the steps to achieve that vision. So this is a really great breakdown of this. These are all the things that I see for myself, and then pulling it back to now, what are the steps I'm going to take to get there? Learning how all good leaders are teachers. So this is a really great component on how you start to teach in story and share your gifts with others. And embracing the role of a teacher to build loyalty and foster culture and connection, aligning with your vision. The last module to tie us up, and you guys can see how detailed these weeks are. This is only a summary, so you can only imagine as we deep dive into them how powerful it is. So in the last week, we understand the most effective leadership styles, because there are varying leadership styles, and there's a really big difference between Donald Trump and Barack Obama, if you know what I mean, just as an example of 2 different, very different leaders. Leave it at that. Effectively communicating is a core leadership function. So now we're going to dive into communication, how it's so important, and discovering the key factors in how to effectively communicate, not only in business, but life in general. So that's improvement in your relationships all around. And then take action towards your vision and have a clear direction on how you want to lead moving forward. So that summarizes. And it, like, even that, I'm like, whoa, that's a lot for 6 weeks, because it is. It's like you're getting the full meal deal here. We did not hold back, and we could have probably picked one of those modules and spread that over 6 weeks and really like isolated it down. But we wanted to make sure that you got the full breadth and depth of what we can offer to you within this course.
Amazing.
Yes. Okay, so who's this for? If you're looking and you're watching and wondering, is this for me? Do I need this? These are some of the people that really fit and match with this course. Anyone who might be struggling with self-confidence, because I think a lot of people have struggled at some point in their life with their level of confidence in themselves and seeing themselves as capable of making an impact. Thinking maybe I'm not good enough, I'm not like them, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not popular enough, I'm not enough. That's what it comes down to. Thinking, can I really make an impact? And yes, you can. And your audience is waiting for you. Anyone who doesn't identify as a leader, maybe you've been wanting to step up, but it's like, I don't really think I'm a leader. Yes, you are. Let me tell you what, you are a leader. But maybe you just haven't had the right tools to really step into your full potential. Anyone who maybe is currently a leader, but feeling like they're not able to effectively scale. Carly and I were in that place. We were feeling like leaders, but how do we continue to grow? How do I step up? How do I bring more to my team? How do I continue to evolve? We needed to level up. Anyone who's allowing those limiting beliefs, those outside forces, those judgy judgers coming in and blocking you from living your best life, and that's dictating your happiness and therefore your success. If you're feeling blocked, so is your success. And anyone who's ready for a change in their life, if you want to build stronger connections in your life and your business, this is for you.
Awesome. So Ali already mentioned, you're your biggest investment. Make yourself a priority, because at the end of the day, you are your longest commitment. This leadership course, we stand behind so much because we've put our heart and soul into it, because we care so deeply about getting you guys to a place where you believe what is possible for yourself, that you can make an impact just like we have. You can do this too. You'll get clarity on yourself, how you operate, how you tick, how you connect with others. Get clarity on your goals. We'll teach you essential skills for overcoming challenges, because we all have them. It's just about how you can be a better problem solver, and provide insight on how to work better with others and facilitate that self-confidence that you deserve to have. If you've labeled yourself as a person who's not confident, oh, I'll never be confident. It's just not me. It's time to let go of that. So February 15th is when we're starting. The time frame is 6 weeks. So it's a PACE course with us. It's about 3 to 4 hours a week, a course material, including the lives. It could be a little less than that, could be a little bit more than that. The thing is we give you the 6 week as a guide, but this is your own journey. Some people took a little longer to do certain modules. You don't have to feel pressured to keep up with us, because this is your journey. We're just giving you the tools, and we set ourselves a pace every week. But it's up to you. So depending on your schedule, you can make this work. You can't get on the live calls, that's okay, they're recorded. Okay? So for pricing, because we all know that, being on a budget is I like a budget, right? Ali is the kind of person that'll just pay it all in full. She's that kind of gal. I'm the person who likes to spread my money out. And so for those kinds of people, we've got the 2-part payment plan. So this course is offered at $1,094 USD. And that's the first. So the first payment would be $547 paid at purchase, and then 30 days later, another $547. So it makes it a little easier. And especially if you're paying on credit card, you can pay that off monthly, right? You can see how you can start making things work and asking yourself, we talked about money and having those money dates. Go and check out your bank account. What kinds of things are you spending that maybe you don't need to be spending? How can you move the dial forward? Maybe there's something in your life that maybe you don't necessarily need right now, but a course like this, you're saying, oh my gosh, this sounds amazing, but I don't know if I can afford it. I'm telling you, you can't afford not to do this. Okay? This investment is so minimal for what you're going to get out of it. And for the courses that we've paid for, this is nothing. We've over-delivered the value here, guys. We've invested in ourselves tens of thousands of dollars in events, courses, coaching, all that stuff, books, you name it. We buy it. But we are where we are today because of it. And if you are sitting there wanting our success that we've been having. You know, both Ali and I have generated multiple six figures in our own personal online businesses. Our last course launched at over 5 figures, our very first one. You know, we are doing the thing, and it's so exciting. It's also super scary. But if you want success, look at the people that have the results that you're looking for. And it's not here, we're not sitting here trying to brag. We're just saying we want you to be a part of our tribe. We want to help you get there. We will do anything that it takes. We give our heart and soul, like we said. The full price option saves you $97 from the payment plan. So that's kind of nice. Ali would be like, yep, sign me up. I'm going to save some money. $997 paid in full. And because we stand behind what we offer, we have a guaranteed transformation or your money back. So if you complete the course and it was not what you expected and you didn't get enough value from it, submit an email. We will give you your money back, because that's how much we believe in what we're delivering to you and how we believe in you to show up and do this work. Because at the end of the day, you're the one putting in this effort. You're the one investing your time, money, and energy. And we're just facilitating this. We're here with you. So, action taker. And Ali and I have been like texting back and forth, and we have a little exciting announcement to make. So, action takers, very exciting. We love the idea of rewarding people who take action, who recognize that they are ready for a change. They're ready to put, their nose to the ground and get moving. And they're saying yes to themselves. So normally we were going to have this only as a 2-day special. It was going to end tonight. I just messaged Ali. I'm like, should we extend it one more day? I want to extend it one more day for these guys. They only have a couple hours because it's already so late. And I have a couple people watching the replay, and I'm like, I want them to get the discount too. So
you get the discount, and you get the discount, and you get the discount.
Discount. So we'll extend it one more day. So I guess it would be, what's today? The 30th? It's not tonight. It'll be tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night at midnight. Okay, guys. So use the code ACTION. That's what you are, action takers, at checkout, and you'll save $150. So that'll drop it down to $847 USD. So a nice little bonus just for taking action. If you're going to do it anyways, why not do it now? Talk to who you got to talk to. Take a look at your bank account. Look at your credit card. Shift things around if you have to, and make it happen. If you want something bad enough, you will make it happen. I know it. I believe in you. All you have to do is go to ambitionbabes.com/level up. I pre-typed it out. There you go. ambitionbabes.com/level up. You select level up your leadership course, add that to cart. And so this is for the full price purchase. You'll get the $150 off. Use the code ACTION. And there you go. So you guys, please let us know if you guys have any questions. You can put them in the Q&A box or the chat. We're going to bring out a couple of ladies. Ali's going to finish it off here. But yes, please start thinking about your questions and let us know if you have any. I'm going to ask in the Facebook group as well.
Amazing. Thank you, Carly. And thank you guys for staying with us. We are just pumped to be able to present this to you, to bring you value. We didn't just want to be like, buy our course. It's like, here's value. Like, let's talk about money mindset. Let's talk about confidence, living beliefs. Like, we want to give our time to you because we genuinely give a SHIT about the people that are with our tribe. The reason that you're here, the reason that you follow us, the reason that you're with us, we actually care. We're not just over here like, oh my God, we're so amazing. We love you guys, like legitimately from the bottom of our hearts. I can't express that enough. And it means the world to us that we get to do this for a living and that we get to be here and support you guys in watching other people grow. So thank you for being here. We are so pumped for this next round of this course. And I'm pumped to be able to bring out some of our students that took this last round and their takeaways, because it has been amazing to see their transformations as well. So I'm going to give it off to, I'm going to go Felicia first because it is the latest for her. So let's have Felicia pop on first. So then you can pop off first, if that's okay, to Alex. And then, because she is in a late time zone. So Felicia, why don't you come on in?
And I'll tell a funny story about Felicia. I was like, girl, you know what? Alex is popping on. Don't worry. Like, get your sleep. She's like, no, I'm going to be there. She's like, I'm going to set an alarm. I'm going to have a little nap and I'm going to be there. I'm going to show up with bells on. I'm like, girl, you are great.
I totally did that. So can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, okay, perfect. I totally did that. I did go have a nap. I did set an alarm and I did wake my husband up in the process. So I'm sure I'm going to hear about that in the morning. But I had to hop on here and I really had to share my experience with the course because I felt like it was so massive to me. And I loved how Ali was talking about investing in yourself and investing in your growth because that was, one of the biggest blocks that I had before I even started taking this course. It was the one thing I was kind of had that tug of war with. I was kind of battling with myself. I It was fall. I did this in the fall, and everyone's kind of going into 2020 and everyone is thinking of their words for 2020 and what they want to embody in 2020, and leadership was something that I knew I wanted to embody in 2020. It was the exact word that I was telling myself over and over again, and I was like, I want to be the best leader. And then I saw this course popping up and I was really resonating with everything that Carly and Ali were talking about. And I was like, I know that I want to level up and I want to be that version of myself that is a great leader for not only my audience, but for the team that I want to build and all of these things. And I was like, do I want to invest in this? Do I want to spend my money in this? Do I want, like, is this what it's going to be? And I kind of battled with myself. And then I said, what is the highest version of me saying? Like, if I was already being that leader, would I be worrying about investing in myself? And the answer was pretty clear to me. And I jumped in and I did it. And I took away so many takeaways. But one of the biggest ones was the way that they do the workbook. And I paid for this course, so of course I'm going through and doing all of the work. And it became super early on, like answering these questions in the workbook and stuff, that I had blocks that I didn't even know were there. And I was actually being drawn to do this course for a reason. And the universe literally put it in front of me for a reason. And overcoming these blocks and things like that not only gave me the confidence in, showing up in my content and for my audience, but it gave me the better communication skills with them. And not just in my content, but in like actually messaging with leads and people, buyers and clients and things that I'm working with. I created like more clients, more sales, because I had a better understanding of myself as a leader and how other people communicate and show up as leaders, and being able to pick out their personalities and actually communicate in a way that they're going to understand and vibe with me was super massive. So I didn't only, show up more as a leader in front of them and my audience and things, but I learned how to be a better leader of myself. I learned how to be a better leader of my family, of my kids, of my time, which was massive. Time management was something that, if you're a mom, time management is your best friend or your worst enemy. Okay. And it was definitely one of my like worst things, and trying to juggle three kids and a business and all of it. And being able to really show up as a leader for myself was super, super massive for me. So if this course, like if you literally have like that gut feeling, that's what I had, and you just didn't know which way to lean, I really encourage you to ask yourself that question. Like, what does the highest version of me, what would they be doing? What would they want to show up as? And then take that answer and do with it as you please, because you're going to know as soon as you ask yourself that question, you're going to know in your gut whether or not this is something that you should be doing. And yeah, I think it's definitely worth it for you guys.
Oh, so good. Like when you're listening to her, do you guys not get chill? Like I was getting chills. You were so well spoken, and the leader in you just shines. Like it's so obvious. And it's just so cool to see what you're creating. And thank you so much. That was seriously amazing to hear. And I love that. What's that higher version of yourself?
Yes.
Like, so beautiful. And
Mhm.
it's the truth. We all have that higher version of ourselves inside us. So listen to it. It wants to come out. It's guiding you for a reason, right? Everything, I have it tattooed on my body. Everything happens for a reason. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for
welcome.
taking your time and coming out with us tonight. Honestly, just appreciate you endlessly. And those were some beautiful takeaways. And I'm just so thankful that you were in that course and that you came out tonight. So really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And say sorry to your husband for.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Oh, totally. Well, thank you so much. And if you have to go, no worries. Thank you so much, Felicia. We're going to bring out Alex now. Woo! Hey, girl.
Hi. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Hey. Hi, Al.
Hi, thank you. Yes, I knew right away when you guys got together, like just beyond the course, I can't not talk about everything with you two. Beyond the course, just like the first time I met you both, if anybody watching has not had a personal interaction or watched one of your lives or something, just like the first interaction with you guys, I knew like these two, these are my people. And you guys weren't even like a couple, a couple.
Yeah.
You were separate, but I was so drawn to each of you because you embodied that leader that I wanted to be, that you were outgoing, and you both are alike, but you have your own, like you just complement each other so well. So when I found out that you guys were combining forces to create Ambition Babes, I knew that I had to, I'm like, yes, now I'm going to get to work with them and closer, because we work together kind of, but I'm not like on the same kind of team as you guys. So I'm like, I just like, how do I get in there? Cause like, I want to be with you guys, but like, how can I? So I knew when Ambition Babes was released, I was like, yes, finally, this is my chance. I can get closer, can get on the inside. So as soon as the Ignite event came out, I feel like I bought my ticket pretty quickly. Like I didn't wait on it too long. And that event was incredible. You guys are so detail oriented, and there's so much care and passion. And you guys just come from such a place of serving that it's so clear in that, because yes, you're making money, and at the end of the day, it's all a business and it has to be win-win. But there's just such a level of care that you don't see from other leaders and people holding events and doing things like this. Like there was just like, you feel, it was safe and vulnerable and transparency and all these things. So the event was incredible. And then I purchased my ticket I purchased the course. Like I was like waiting for Carly to like stop talking. So I'm like, okay, can I like go to the back of the room and like pay? And I was like texting my fiance as you guys were talking, like texting him, like looking at the board. I'm like, this is what it is. I'm like texting him, like, this is what I need to do. This is how much it is. He's like, go, go, go. I'm like, okay, I got the clear, go. So I had to go and buy my enrollment right away, because I just knew working with you guys, getting just in your brains was something that I so wanted to do. And since going to the event, since enrolling into the leadership course, I feel like I'm just a totally different person than I was even from like June or July, because the event was in September. Then we started the course in November. Since then, I've like started a few new businesses. I started a Facebook group, which I had been sitting on for over a year, the idea of something. So I started a Facebook community. I launched a course like from scratch. It was nothing, and now it's a thing that I created, like insane. And I would have never done that if I hadn't attended the event and done your course. And now I do private one-on-one coaching. Like who am I? It's insane how much growth happened in such a short period of time, where I felt like I was in the online space and like things were happening, but just not really. I didn't feel like I was really tapped into my true potential. And like I knew I was here for more, but I didn't have the confidence behind it, and I didn't know like the direction. And it was just like saying yes to the event, saying yes to auditioning to speak on stage, saying yes, yes, yes to all the things that you guys were involved in. Then everything is like lining up, and it's that divine timing and stuff that Felicia talked about too. It's like once you say yes and you open up the doors, it can be scary AF, yes, but you never know what's on the other side of that when you say yes to opportunities. And yes, there's an investment involved. Of course there is, because you're paying for a service, but it like you never know what you're going to get out of that and the growth that you're going to experience. And the course itself was unlike any course that I've done. And I've paid for coaching, paid for courses, personal development events, and your personal development event, leadership event, was unlike any that I've ever been to. And the course was so, like, to be a part of not only the course, but then just the interactive aspect week to week, having those meetings where it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this course, I'm doing my own thing, but like I'm not alone in this, and sharing all the struggles and the vulnerability, and you guys just have such a sense, like such a way of creating a safe space where it's okay to share, it's okay to open up, it's okay to dig into maybe some places that are painful, because there's support and care that's going to guide you through that. So you're not like, here, dive into this thing, it's really going to suck and it's probably going to hurt, and then bye, like see you later. Like you guys are right there with us, which was incredible. And just having the aspect of the live trainings week to week and the module workbooks, just some of those questions, like there was no hesitation in purchasing the course, but I did feel so much of like my ego and blocks coming up working through the workbooks, because like the questions that you guys have in there are like, it's digging in deep. Like if you want to just whiz through it and not give any care to it, you totally could. But it's when you actually care about what you're doing, because you're paying for a course, and like shit got deep. Like I was like, oh, I'm feeling some things that I'm not really sure if I want to feel this right now. But it was awesome. And I had not worked through questions like that and dug into different aspects of my personality. And like I noticed an immediate, like I was implementing these things immediately, not only with my team, but in my relationship with my fiance and the relationships around me and my family. So I started implementing this stuff. Like it's not just, like Felicia said, it's not just a leadership if you have a team, or you have like a team that you manage if you're at a 9-to-5 or whatever it is. It's even with yourself. So I noticed that I was implementing right away, and my listening, I felt like I'm really more attentive in my listening and allowing them to, if they want to share something and share what they're going through, I know that I can help them, and I know I have a solution that we can work through together, but I have to allow them to speak what they need to, like say what they need to say, and I need to let them feel safe and that I'm going to listen. And that was a major breakthrough for me, because I'm very like, okay, I'm listening, but like I can help you, let's just get to the helping part. I'm like, but there's something that they need to say and their voice deserves to be heard. So that was a huge breakthrough for me. And just like letting go of my ego and trusting my higher self, that wherever I was feeling that was a little bit uncomfortable, just to keep pushing through, because the workbooks, like you go on a journey each week, we went further and further and further, and everything built onto each other. And just having that community of safety, like it just felt so safe. And I just loved it so much. It just was like, yes, you can dig into the painful stuff, because you can go in there and share. And like I shared a live and I was like bawling my eyes out, like no, I don't even think I had makeup on. I was like ugly crying. I'm like, I'm just like having a moment, and I need to share with you guys because they were all doing it too. And I knew that I felt safe to do that in that space, when sometimes it's difficult if we don't have people in our life, that we can get vulnerable. And sometimes not everybody in your family is doing the work that you're doing. If you want to dive into personal development, that's great for you, but that doesn't mean everyone in your life wants to at the same time. And you don't always have someone to share what you're going through. So to have that sense of community, safety, that you can be vulnerable and feel all the feels, was like next level. And yeah, I found out a lot about myself and a lot about my personality traits, and all of the little like self-evaluations that you guys had in there. It's literally like everything that I could have asked for, it was in there. There wasn't anything that wasn't covered. Like even obviously stuff that I never even thought of. I was like it's high level. Like it's high level. Like I would think, like, I mean, the price is quite low. Even the price that you guys have now, like take advantage of the discount and the special offers that's going on, because this type of course, like I would expect it to be upwards of like 4,000, 5,000. Like it's high level stuff. Cause like you guys have gone through all of this and now you're passing it on. Like you didn't just get this information for free. It's high level education and training and support. And I do want to mention too that I really loved just the fact that like we had a thread for people sharing their sweaty selfies and their nutrition in there, because there's all the quadrants were covered in this course, and you guys were doing it too. Like you're sharing your sweaty selfies, you're sharing what you're having for dinner. So it's like, hey, we're doing this with you. It's not like I'm up here and you guys are down here. You're doing the course and we know everything kind of thing. There was like, hey, we're right here with you. We're doing this with you. And that was a really, really cool experience as well.
Amazing. Alex, you're so sweet.
Oh.
Like both of you guys are so amazing. And Jen shared last night, all of you guys are just incredible. You can see these are the people you would be able to get to connect with in a community, people like you. And that's just, to me, that's a gift in itself. Like Alex is a $10,000 value you're getting in the course, you know, if you're getting to connect with her too, right? So like the people make it as well, right? And so I just thank you so much for sharing all that. And honestly, the nice thing about this course is it's for anybody, whether you've been in business or not business. You can just be a mom, you can be a coworker, you can be anything, or you could be just starting out in your business, or you could be a veteran and you're just kind of struggling with some confidence. It's honestly for anyone at any level, and you give it you get out of it what you put in. And like the value here, we give so much, and it's so nice to just see that you guys also give so much, because that course is also 10 times more amazing because of the people that are in it. And just thank you so much, Alex. That was just so cool to hear all of your takeaways and what you've accomplished. It's just so awesome.
We're like your biggest cheerleaders. We're like, look at Alex go. Oh my God.
I just want to say one more thing is that if I had this course, and even your Facebook group, like if you're looking for value, like obviously be in the Facebook group. If I had access to this and to you guys when I was still working in corporate, I still would have quit, because like who wants to be working in corporate, but I would not have been going into a depression. I would not have gone on stress leave. I would have known how to be a leader at my corporate job, because I was never taught that by corporate. They threw me into a management role and I had no idea how to delegate, communicate, listen. I had no idea how to lead because they didn't do that there. So if I had access to this, like this isn't just for people in the online space, that's just what I wanted to emphasize. I would have been in a totally different space, like in my corporate job, and been way less miserable if I had access to something like this while I was working there.
Wow, so cool. That's such a compliment.
I love it. And I love you. And I honestly, like, we just love to be able to, again, be with you guys, but also then to be that catalyst that then watches what you guys create after. We're like these like mama birds, like, oh my God, the kids, do you see what they're up to? Like we are in it with you. We're not ever like, we're like sitting up here, like do the work and you get like, we are with you guys. We are taking sweaty selfies and this is what I have for dinner and how are you doing? We're touching in, like, we like to have high touch. That's how Carly and I operate. And that's the culture that we want to create. And that's how we create a sense of belonging and making people want to feel included, to create a safe space. That's just all a part of who we are and what we want to articulate throughout our program. So again, just thank you, Alex, for being one of our founders, for coming to our first event, for coming into our first course, and for supporting us on this journey too, because what you've taken out of it, because it's you. We can create all we want, but it is you that took that and ran with it and then created a brand new set of everything within your business. And that's a beautiful thing to get to witness.
Yes, so good. I wanted to get to any questions before we have to go. Thanks again to Alex and to Felicia. You guys were both amazing tonight. One question came in: is the course offered only once per year? So our course, it's scheduled to be offered 4 times a year. This is our second round. So only a couple more times this year. And also just think about the timing, like maybe the next round that's closer to summer, maybe that's not going to work. Like right now is a really great building phase. Like this, like what do we got going on? Valentine's Day coming up? Like not a lot going on. Okay. February to March. Like this is the best, in my opinion, the best timing to get in on this round for sure. And who knows what can happen? Like who knows what's going to happen to us or to you or to whatever. Like, you're not promised tomorrow. We're not promising another round. I mean, that's our plan, is to deliver 4 rounds, but we can't promise anything, right? We only have the now, what we're living in right now. So say yes to yourself now. So any other questions at all? I want to make sure we.
I don't think so. If you guys do have questions, we're on the Zoom. So if you have dropped anything into Facebook, unless Carly can see it, I can't see it. But
yeah, I think
if you do have questions that come up later, or you are like, oh, maybe I didn't want to ask on the call, but I have something else that's come up, just message us. We're super easy to contact. We have our Ambition Babes page. You can send us a DM. You can send us an email, ambitionbabes@gmail.com. We're super accessible, or you can Instagram us. We always check our DMs. So if you do have anything that comes up, and we have extended that Action Taker bonus for another day, so you have until the end of tomorrow now to get that $150 off the purchase price, which is what I would be capitalizing on, because I love it. I love a full price, but I also love a deal. So that's a nice bonus. And then you've also got the payment plan if you want to spread that out. If it's like, I can't maybe make that lump sum payment at one time, but I can definitely do half of it now, half of it in 30 days. It allows you to kind of spread things out. That's a possibility too. So we're pumped, you guys. We've got a couple weeks until we start, so you'll be hearing lots more about this. We'll be releasing more, and we just can't wait to connect with you guys in the course.
Amazing. Have a fantastic night, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining and taking your time. We went a little over, but it was hopefully valuable for you guys as it was for us, and just love connecting, and we'll see you again on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.